MoneyPicks.com, October 14th, Friday night, coming at you. Bad week last week, obviously. There's not much to say about it. Every over and every single favorite is winning so far. And if you read my tweets, they even talked about it on Scott Van Pelt's show on SportsCenter. So, that's got to change at some point. And we've done well so far through the season. We had 2 bad weeks, obviously, but I plan on bouncing back, which that's going to be this week. I think so. I feel good about the games. I'm just going to start you off real quick, real fast. Saturday, tomorrow morning, starts the games. Bowling Green versus Toledo. I like Bowling Green there, +8 at home, homecoming. I think they're actually an even match team with Toledo, so I wouldn't be surprised if Bowling Green wins outright. If you want to play the money line there, that's a good money line play. You'll get 2-1 on your bet there. Then going on to 2 o'clock. Strange game here. I'm going to take the over of Wyoming and UNLV. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking those are the 2 worst teams in college football with the worst offenses and the worst defenses. So how can that possibly go over 56 points? And I'm going to tell you how it happens. Generally, when that happens, the 2 worst teams play each other, they're going to put up a lot of points for some reason. So I like over 56 points there. I think it's a high-scoring game, which is kind of weird because they're the 2 worst teams in college football. So take the over on that. Then at 3:30, Central Florida versus SMU. I think Central Florida is the better team there. I know SMU is at home. They play good at home, but I think SMU is just a better team than Central Florida is just a better team than SMU. So I'll take Central Florida with the points there, +3. And then a couple night games I got. The over of Washington State and Stanford. Reason being there, I think that Washington State is actually going to come to play very hard. So it's going to force Stanford to keep scoring points, and it's also going to force Washington State to keep scoring points. So I like the over of 63 on that. And I wouldn't be surprised if Washington State keeps it within 21 too. So whatever you want to play on that, I think both are still a good play. If you want to parlay that game, I think it's a good play too. But both plays on that are good. And then one of my favorite games is Texas Tech versus Kansas State. And I know I love Kansas State all year. I've taken them 3 or 4 times so far. But I think they're in a bad spot here. I think Texas Tech at home is the better team at home. I think they have a better offense, and I think they're just going to come out shooting. So I think Texas Tech -3.5 at that spot is the play there. And then 7 o'clock also, Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt versus Georgia, getting 11 points at home. I don't think people really know about Vanderbilt. Their defense is phenomenal, in the top 10 in defense in the country. So I think Vandy keeps it very close there, a very low-scoring game, a very tight game there. Georgia may win by field goal. So like I said, I like Vandy there, getting the points at 11. 11's always a strange number to take. Generally, when it's about 11 or 12 points, I usually like taking the underdog there. So if you see 11 there, that's just a hint. If you see 11 or 12 point spreads, I generally take the underdog there. Moving on to Sunday, I like the Falcons big time. I think this is a great spot for them. I think they play great at home, so look for them to bounce back against the division Carolina Panthers. And then the Bucks, which is a surprise pick for a lot of people, but I think they play well against the Saints, and they usually play well at home against the Saints. They need a big win, especially in the division. So give me the Bucks +3.5 or better at that. And then the under of the Colts. I just don't see a lot of scoring there. I think the Colts can win that game, but obviously they need to keep the points low for them to have a chance. So I think the under of the Colts is the play there. As far as the Eagles and the Redskins game, obviously it's going to show a lot of action this week, like I said on Twitter. It's just that, everybody's waiting for the Eagles to turn it around, and I actually don't think they will turn it around this game. I think the Redskins are here to play. I think they're here to stay, and I would not be surprised if the Redskins win that game still. And I think it's like since 1990 or something like that. No road team that has a losing record of 4 games, or 1-4 or 0-5, have ever been favored on the road. So I don't think that the Eagles are for real. I don't like their defense one bit. And I actually consider this being a low-scoring game, under 47. I think the Redskins could pull it out at home. They always play well at home. So I don't know about that yet. Like I said, just follow us on Twitter at Make Money Picks, and you should get a good idea where I'm going to be during the day. So follow us there. If I decide to take that game, I'll let you guys know. If I decide to take any other games during this weekend, I'll let you guys know. So let's bounce back this weekend, and let's do well. Thanks a lot.